Namaste. Let's talk about how Canada's new airport security measures are impacting travelers flying to India. Now, Canada has decided to increase security checks for passengers that are heading to India, and this is already affecting the travelers from cities like Toronto. So, if you're planning a trip to India from Canada, here's everything that you need to know. First, let's talk about what has changed. So, Canada's Federal Transport Minister Anita Anand announced these security measures, saying that they are being taken out of an abundance of caution. Essentially, Canada's airports are adding extra steps for travelers flying to India. And yes, this means some screening delays as well. Now, what kind of checks are we talking about? So, the Canadian Air Transport Security Authority is behind these additional screening. This group is responsible for checking passengers and their belongings at Canadian Airport. They have stepped up physical screening and added some more X-ray checks for carry-ons. And with that, they are even doing hand swab tests to detect any suspicious material on travelers. Now, Air India has advised passengers to arrive at the airport at least 4 hours before their flight to India. With these increased security measures, long lines are expected and no one wants to take risk of missing their flight. But why is this sudden change? Well, officials haven't cited a specific reason, but we do know it's happening amid growing diplomatic tension between Canada and India. In past few months, Canada's RCMP, that's Royal Canadian Mounted Police, claimed that it has evidence linking certain agents associated with India to activities in Canada that include harassment, extortion and threats, particularly towards a member of pro-Khalistan movement. In response to that, Canada expelled 6 Indian diplomats and India also expelled 6 Canadian diplomats. Now, another possible reason could be an incident in October when an Air India flight from New Delhi to Chicago had made an emergency landing in Canada after a bomb threat was reported. Unfortunately, no explosive was found, but the incident like this might explain why Canada is increasing airport security specifically for flights to India. Now, as part of these heightened precautions, Canada has also issued a travel advisory for its citizens that are visiting India, warning about Zika virus and potential terror threats. Now, Canadian travelers are being told to avoid certain regions like Jammu and Kashmir and northeastern border with Pakistan. If we talk about India-Canada relationship, then it has been really tense since last year's assassination of Hardeep Singh Nijjar, a designated Khalistani terrorist according to India in Canada. Ottawa claims that India is involved in Nijjar's killing, which India strongly denies. Now, these allegations have led to diplomatic rifts, with both nations temporarily halting consulate service and recalling diplomats. There's always been a reported rise in attacks on Hindu temples in Canada, which has drawn attention from Prime Minister Narendra Modi as well. Now, India believes that Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is aligning with pro-Khalistani group for political gain, specifically with elections that are coming up and declining support for his Liberal Party. So, if you're planning to travel from India to Canada, it's best to reach the airport early and to be prepared for additional security screening. And we'll keep you updated on any new developments on this issue. Safe travel to everybody headed home.